Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be showing you how to make super soft and fluffy cinnamon buns. I have broken it down into 3 simple steps. Step 1. Prepare the dough and filling. Step 2. Spread and divide. And finally, Step 3. Bake and enjoy. Since a lot of us are in quarantine now, you could try out this recipe if you're bored at home and if you're craving some soft, fluffy cinnamon buns. They are really so simple to make and do not take too much of your time. They smell and taste so good and they fill up the entire house with the beautiful aroma of cinnamon every time I make them. So let's go ahead and look at the ingredients. For the dough, you would need 3 cups of plain flour, 3/4 cups of milk at room temperature, 1 teaspoon of salt, 5 grams of yeast, 2 tablespoons of granulated sugar, 50 grams of soft, unsalted butter, and 1 egg at room temperature. For the filling, you need half a cup of brown sugar, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon powder. I know that 2 teaspoons of cinnamon powder sounds really little for cinnamon buns, but trust me, this amount is enough to get the perfect aroma and taste of the cinnamon. And finally, you need about 30 grams of softened unsalted butter. It's really important for it to be softened so that we can spread the butter on the dough later. So I recommend that you keep the butter out of the fridge from the very start. Before we start, remember to preheat the oven at 180 degrees Celsius or 375 degrees Fahrenheit. Step 1 is to prepare the dough and filling. Let's start with the dough. In 3/4 cups of room temperature milk, add the egg. Then add the salt, yeast, and the granulated sugar. Add the unsalted butter to the mixture and mix everything together. Then add the wet mixture to the 3 cups of flour bit by bit so that it would be easier for you to mix them. After the mixture starts to become thicker and more doughy, you can switch to using your hands. The dough will be really sticky, but that is what we want, so don't try to add more flour. Once we achieve a nice consistency, leave the dough to rest for about 15 minutes while we prepare the filling. This step is really simple. All you need to do is just mix the brown sugar with the cinnamon powder until you reach a nice, even mixture. Once that's done, let's go on to step number 2, which is to spread and divide. On a large flat surface, spread some plain flour. Then place the dough onto the surface and spread the dough evenly over the entire surface. Make sure that it is not too thin as it will break when we roll the dough later. About 1 centimeter of thickness should be good. After spreading the dough, let's spread the softened butter evenly over the dough. This is for the cinnamon filling to stick to the dough later. Make sure not to miss the corners. Once the butter is evenly spread, spread the cinnamon filling over the buttered surface. Try to spread it evenly. You can use a rolling pin to help you with this. Make sure you get all the corners as well. Once that's done, let's roll the dough. After rolling the dough, make sure to seal the end of the roll by pinching the ends to the body of the roll. This will help to prevent any filling from spilling out. Trust me, you would not want that because things will get really messy if that happens. And then, divide the roll into even pieces. I can get about 9 to 12 cinnamon rolls from this depending on the thickness. To cut the roll, you can use any suitable equipment that you have. You can use a flat-edged spoon like the one I'm using, or you can use a knife or even a piece of string. Then, butter a baking tray and arrange the cinnamon rolls one by one. And you can butter the tops as well, but this is optional. And now, let's go on to the final step, which is simply to bake and enjoy. Place the cinnamon buns in the preheated oven for about 30 minutes until they brown. And there you have it. Soft, moist, and fluffy cinnamon buns that are perfect for every occasion. These cinnamon buns are sure to satisfy your cravings. Thank you for tuning in with me in this video. I hope you find this useful and let me know down in the comments below on how your cinnamon buns turned out. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe and turn your post notifications on so that you can be updated whenever I post a new video. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye!
Because I'm doing this for the thrill of it, killing it.